I'm loading. Okay, I think you should be able to hear me now. How are you doing tonight, Neville Croft? It's been a little while since I had a chance to speak. Let's get the peaceful music up. That is quite nice. How are you doing on this fine day? Get the
Show on right now.
You're just chilling right now?
No, I said, is the show on right now?
Yeah, the show is live right now, Nev.
Oh, good. How are you doing today, Norm?
I'm doing quite good. I could get the Norm loading off. I just finished my sort of solstice celebrations. It was a little bit of a belated solstice celebration, but I couldn't convince the rest of the family to celebrate solstice, so they kept on wanting to celebrate Christmas. But I was very clear. I was very clear in all of the emails that it was not a Christmas Zoom, but it was a solstice Zoom, and they continued to refer to it as a Christmas Zoom, and I was utterly terrified. I mean, this is guys. If you celebrate Christmas, you remember the KKK. It's that simple.
It's like I did a video today, like trying to expose why Christmas is a white supremacist holiday.
Thank you, because it's not enough people are hearing this. You know, people need to hear
like,
that.
Think about it. It's like you have Santa Claus, a rich old white male who's coming in to fix everyone's problems. I mean, he has a little army of he's an ableist. I mean, he has little elves, which are essentially like disabled people.
And slaves too. They might be slaves for all we know. You know.
Exactly.
We don't know their employment status.
Slaves.
Right. Exactly. It's an old white man. I mean, this might as well be Santa Claus, Colonel Sanders. Might as well be the same person, right?
Exactly. Like, to me, this is nothing more than an extremely hateful, bigoted, racist holiday.
Yeah, I heard somebody say today that apparently I didn't know this, so I haven't had a chance. I've been busy all day. I haven't had a chance to fact check this, but apparently, originally, Christmas was made by the KKK. Like when it was first.
I would not be surprised about
I know everybody in the chat's is gonna jump on my head about this. They're gonna say, "No, Norm, Christmas was not made by the KKK." But somebody told me that earlier today, and they are a reliable source, you know. So
is it an anonymous source?
Well, I'm gonna keep them anonymous. Yeah. I mean, they weren't anonymous when they came to me, but like I just for their anonymity's sake, we'll keep it anonymous.
I mean, when's Kwanzaa anyway? I mean, I'm looking more forward to that than anything.
Oh, Kwanzaa is. Let me get the calendar up here and see when Kwanzaa is.
Has Kwanzaa already passed? Have we missed Kwanzaa?
How can we miss Kwanzaa again? No, Kwanzaa is tomorrow.
Oh,
Kwanzaa is celebrated tomorrow. And it ends on the 1st of January. We gotta do something. Yeah, we'll do some Kwanzaa streams. Why not? We'll do a normal night Kwanzaa stream.
Kwanzaa celebration
or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I definitely, because who doesn't want to enjoy a little bit of Kwanzaa?
I mean, like, did you have any like traumatizing experiences today aside from the Zoom call? I mean, I had like some family members celebrating this.
Hearing the Zoom call, that was pretty bad. One of my family members. I don't even know if I want to say this because I don't know if I really should expose them like this. But they did call the red hat the Santa hat, even though I've told them 100 times it was originally a pagan witch thing. Like, come on, if the Christians are gonna steal Christmas from us, from us pagans, at least give it back. You know, that's all I ask. That's all I ask. Hey, Stanley,
like I was wearing my Santa hat today in my video in solidarity with witches.
Hey Norm, what's up?
Well, I'm here talking with my good friend here, Neville Croft in the chat. I'm looking up how to celebrate Kwanzaa. I want everybody to, what are the 7 principles, that Kwanzaa stands by, and what are we here to celebrate? It's important, guys.
I'm trying to solve a Rubik's Cube, so this is a very harder.
You've never
solved a Rubik's
Cube?
Why are you trying to solve a Rubik's Cube when you can solve like?
I was going to say you could solve like world hunger or something. Like, get on, Stanley. There's much bigger issues in this world than a cube being mixed up. Get over it. It's so self-centered.
You really think I can solve world hunger? I'm no Greta Thunberg. I'm no Greta Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg is like your age or something, so don't even worry about it. You could be Greta Thunberg right now, but you're not. So.
I could. Yeah. Just there's.
So anyway, we can't. Let's forget it. Let's remember the 7 principles of Kwanzaa here. Just to remind you guys.
Also, I'm trying to solve Simon.
The first principle of Kwanzaa here is umaja. Umaja means unity in Swahili. I'm going to mute you, by the way, Stanley. You really need to work on your microphone.
Sorry.
We also have Kujichagulia. We can't forget about that. Or self-determination. That one's really important. I talk a lot about self-actualization on this channel. So I think, if anything, I'm kind of I'm going to even put that in the stream title, because I'm definitely a self-actualization channel. So let's even put that in the stream title. Let's not forget about, these are the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, guys, that I'm laying down here for you on this track. We also have the classic Ujima, translated to collective work and responsibility. That's a neat one.
Okay, I'm back, comrade.
Oh, thanks. I was just filling time by reading the principles of Kwanzaa. So what do you do to celebrate Kwanzaa? Do you do the whole candle thing, Nev, or do you just sort of do it more casually?
Well, I've not really celebrated Kwanzaa before.
Oh, interesting.
I've only just found out it was a thing this year.
Well, it's going to be it's your first time. I think that's going to be a pretty significant first time.
It's my first Kwanzaa.
You're going to have to cover that cover that on YouTube or something. I mean, I think people
I'm hoping to dedicate my first Kwanzaa to George Floyd this year.
That's powerful, dude. That's powerful. You know, I usually do Obama as just like a default for my dedication, my Kwanzaa dedication. But I think this year I might switch it over to George Floyd. I mean, you think Obama's going to be mad that he lost my Kwanzaa spot?
Well,
you know?
I mean,
because obviously Obama keeps on, is a really important African American figure. Not that his skin color has anything to do with his success or anything, but
of course not. No.
But Obama's a really important African American figure. But George Floyd might be more important nowadays. Maybe it's more important to thank George Floyd this Kwanzaa. And I also want to shout out, thank you, Pasto Posto, also known as Zane on YouTube, in the chat for wishing me a happy solstice. Thank you very much. Pasto is one of those people who's actually been a great help with me with the show recently, so I want to give a big shout out to them, and Rara Pony, our little resident brony in here, who've been very kind in helping me keep this show going. Nev, have you seen any Norman Knight stuff, or have you mostly been unplugged from this whole thing?
I've seen a couple of them, and I have been on the show a couple of times.
Yeah, a couple of times.
For me,
sorry, Nev, go ahead.
I was going to say, much of my time recently has been spent protesting. So on today, I was I was like
Zoom protesting or in person now? Are you still doing the Zoom protesting?
Out of the window protesting.
Oh, so you just shout out the window. Oh, that's nice.
I don't even shout. I just scream at the top of my lungs.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
That's
I think your neighbors appreciate that you're not shouting. Your throat's raw?
My vocal cords are like they're very sore.
Nev, did you ever join in those? I know a lot. They were being organized a lot in the UK. These sort of clapping for nurses thing, where they clap around a mouth. Did you ever join in on that?
Well, yes. However, I had to go around and educate my neighbours and remind them why clapping is triggering.
So yeah, jazz hands for nurses.
Instead. Yeah, so for me, I just stuck my hands out the window and stood on the street doing jazz hands.
Yeah, right. That's great.
Exactly.
Did you manage? I know that I was trying to get some people in my community to start clapping and like doing jazz hands for me as a journalist. Did you manage to convince anybody in your community to jazz hands for you, or were they not very receptive to that?
I did my YouTube video a while ago, trying to get people to do clapping and jazz hands for journalists. I mean, we are the most.
Did it work out?
Did you get
any?
Unfortunately, no. My neighbours are alt-right fascists and white supremacists.
Bad luck, I guess. What are you gonna do? You got to talk to the council
I have
about
this
that.
one neighbour.
Oh, I think we might have lost Nev here. You still there? Oh yeah, okay. Anyway, I'll unmute Stanley. Stanley, what's so important that you need to be unmuted?
It's Neville Croft. I mean, come on, man. The guy that has to approve my jokes for some reason.
Stanley, you really need to go on to push to talk or something, because I think that's the only way you're really going to fix your mic issue. Because otherwise, there's just a really horrible echo.
Well, I'll probably go and push to talk.
Okay, it's not. Okay, good. Thank you. It really is.
I was going.
Go ahead, Nev. Let's hear the story.
I was going to quickly say as well. I have this one neighbour who he's like an old white male. Sometimes he just.
I hate those people.
Yeah, he just says "fuck off, faggot" to me.
Does he really?
And
Jesus!
It makes me cry.
Every time.
Yeah,
Does he do it? Is that regular, or is that just like a once in a while thing?
Usually, it takes 5 minutes for him to respond.
But does he do that often? Oh no, he does that when you. I understood. He does that when
Every
you start
time.
doing your protesting. Okay, that's awful, man. You should report him to like the police.
I call the police and then they just like warn me for noise complaints.
When are people going to learn? When are people going to learn that protesting, you can't noise complain at protest, guys? That's the point. It's supposed to be loud. Sorry.
It's like I feel like right now I just wanted to defund those officers so badly.
Yeah, those specific ones.
Exactly, yeah.
I know.
So
I've just been
they were
taking.
fascists.
I've just been like going to my local police station and just like taking pens and staplers and like sticky notes and office supplies basically, just to do everything I can do personally to defund my local police department. I think everybody should. Just go to your local
should
police
hand
department and
those
just take like a stapler. Yeah, nothing
You
big.
should go to your local PLC neighborhoods and
And
just
just start handing out some police issued sticky notes.
Yeah, that's like a brilliant.
You want to hear
declaration.
the craziest thing now? Do you know how much those sticky notes cost our government? Because we live here in Freedom Land.
How much?
The government definitely pays wholesale for those sticky notes at like for like a little pack. Not a packet of sticky notes, like a pad of sticky notes. They probably spend at least $20. They're like 200. I mean, the government is completely. There's too many people in the system to make it efficient. Yeah, thank you, Pasto, for calling out Stan's mic. Stan's mic is always broken. I don't know what Stan's problem is. How hard is it to get a good mic, Stan?
I've got a knock at the door.
Oh, okay.
These headphones were $40, and they should have. I'm expecting these babies to have a good mic, but like the mic ends up being horrible. Just
Well, you spent $40 on them. That's not very much money.
Oh, no.
Yeah, what's up?
Remember me telling you about that old white male?
Yeah, are they at the door?
He's knocking at the door. I'm gonna have to speak to this fascist.
Okay, good luck, man.
Resist.
Good luck.
Good luck, comrades.
if he starts throwing punches,
Yeah, make sure to get the I hope Nev gets the camera out for this because I really want to see video of this. Hopefully he's okay though. I think hopefully Nev comes out of this okay. Stanley, I gotta ask, really, did you think $40 was like the peak of audiophile equipment you're gonna get? This stuff's really expensive,
I
right?
didn't actually think it. I don't think it was. I did not think it was the peak.
Like this
but
mic
I thought
is
it
like
was going
$80.
to be decent.
And this is like a
I
cheap
thought
mic.
it was going to be decent.
Not for 40, not really. I mean, do you know how much these headphones cost? These are like $200 headphones. Mic is 70 or 80. It was like 70.
My family doesn't have $200 to spend. That's the thing.
That's understandable. That's why you got to become a journalist, man. You're welcome. That's some free life advice for you. Become a journalist.
I tried
like
becoming
that.
a journalist, and then I got banned.
I wonder why.
I tried becoming one, but then that never worked.
Oh, wow. And then you never tried again. There's your problem.
I tried on the James Biden lover account. I got banned
Well,
because they
maybe
found out I
this
was
isn't the job for
famous
you.
YouTuber Stanley.
Maybe this isn't the job for you, Stan. I'm sorry. How's the YouTube game going, Stan? When's the new podcast coming out with me on it?
Yeah, I told you the audio file corrupted, and you never.
Oh, crap. Well, that's because you pinged me. I want to call this out here. Stanley pinged is mad at me because I didn't join his podcast. That he did not give me 30 minutes. Okay, Stan, do you want to know what standard procedure is? What how NNN News runs? First off, we don't film at 10 o'clock at night. We film during the day because we're a professional organization. We film at like 2 o'clock. And first off, everybody.
What do you expect from me?
Well, Stanley, the thing is, you know how easy it would be for you to have planned the podcast ahead. Like, what do you have on your schedule, Stanley? Do you have a calendar? Can you keep a calendar?
You keep a calendar?
Yeah, we have a calendar.
No, do you have a calendar,
I have a
Stanley?
lot of
Do you have a calendar, Stanley?
No,
Why?
I don't have. Because I don't have like important things up, and I just kind of
Well, but the thing is,
write
Stanley,
them
when
down on paper if I
but
needed
the thing
them.
is, can you first off, you might still fuck, but what I'm trying to tell you, what I'm trying to help you with here, Stanley, is that one of the things that's been very effective for me is to treat things I do online seriously and to actually give them the honest effort. So yeah, I schedule NNN News. People, you get the time you're gonna be required to recording like a week in advance, as well as a document outlining what the sort of topics are. I think you really should consider at least consider the scheduling in advance because you can't fucking Stanley, I'm not a fucking teenager, man. I'm an adult. You can't ping me at 10 o'clock at night, man. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Or like if I'm not, I'll put it this way. If I'm not filming Norm at night, I'm in bed by 10 o'clock. So you can't just ping me at 10 o'clock. And also ping me. And I want to say you pinged me like an asshole too. It wasn't just like, oh hey Norm, I need you right now. It was, no, where? Let me find the ping, because I was really pissed when I saw this, man. It was, we're gonna, because I want to mention I woke up to this. I saw my phone buzz at like 10 o'clock at night. I was going to bed, and I got, we're going to film We Need You Now in all caps. And I was, that's not professional, man. It's not courteous. I think in the future you really need to work on your politesse. I think it's something it's gonna serve you well if you actually want to.
I will. I promise.
I know. I don't want you to tell me that you will. I want you to actually fucking do it, man. Don't So in the future,
Plus,
if you
we're
want,
not internet news quality.
of course not. No one is. But in the future, if you want me on your podcast, I expect to be told at least a few days in advance, and I want a time that, I'm sure the two of you two can click your little heads together and figure out a time to film that isn't 10 o'clock at fucking night, man. I mean, I'll come in at 2 or something. I'll come in at 3.
Yeah, I was too busy getting banned off another.
Okay, I don't care. But I was just say, what I'm trying to impart upon you is that if you're attempting to have a professional show, if you're attempting to have a professional show, I think it's important that you treat your guests with a little bit of respect, because it's something that I think they're going to appreciate in the long run. It's going to like, you do know how many guests we've had on NNN News who've come back and wanted to come, who've wanted to come back on again. Not even that we've invited them back on or they've come back on again, but there's been so many guests we've had who've wanted to come back on again because we treat them with a lot of respect, and we give them a lot of forewarning. We make them a part of the process for the show making. So it's quite fun to be on NNN News because we do it really professionally. I think you work on that, Stanley. Also, I want to.
Well, yeah,
I want to give a quick. Can you shut the fuck up, Stanley? Thank you. So I want to give a quick. I'm not laughing. I want to give a quick thank you to Rare Pony for all the great work. Rare Pony just DM'd me saying they couldn't be on the show because they're with their family. Don't even worry about it, really. Like, honestly, if you're not on this show because you need to be with your family, that is far more important. You do more work than you need to already. So don't even worry about it, Rare Pony. I'm going to give you a thumbs up. Don't worry about it, guys. Your family is far more important than some internet show. I think it's important to realize that. Yeah. Unless your family is a member of the KKK, in which case, fuck them. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I enjoyed a nice pork roast with my family today.
What a murderer.
Like marinated in marinated in cheese and stuff. It was really great. Don't worry, it fought back.
Why did you feel the need to kill something for your family, for your feast? Did it make you feel good?
We didn't kill it.
Yes,
someone else killed it.
No, you killed it. Did you pay for it, or
How
did you
did
steal
I
it?
kill it? We didn't steal it.
You paid for it.
We got it. Somebody.
So you killed,
yes,
Stanley. What I want to try to impart upon you, and you can be okay with this too. That's the thing. You're allowed to be okay with this, but I just want you to understand: if you paid for a piece of meat, you killed the animal that meat came from. That blood is on your hands, whether you like it or not.
How did I kill it?
You killed it because
the
your dollar.
Already dead.
No, but your dollar, your purchase is what kept that industry running, and what keeps that industry running continuously. So yes, if you have a hamburger, you just killed a cow, and you could say no, I didn't. But then how did that hamburger come to be? Unless that hamburger was grown on a vine or it was some genetically modified Impossible Burger, if you killed a hamburger that was once a living, breathing creature who almost certainly had feelings, as much as the lobbyists push against any science to actually. People always say, "Oh, we don't even know how intelligent animals are, how much animals can feel." Do you know why? It's because we don't pay for those studies. It's because those studies get sandbagged. They get blackballed by meat lobbyists and by the meat industry, that they can't get any fucking funding. And any sort of, can you shut the fuck up, Stanley? Because I'm actually talking about something. Any sort of agricultural school or agricultural lab that would want to study these things. If they make a decision to release a study that's inflammatory against the meat industry, they're absolutely screwed. I mean, they're not going to get any more funding, and they need this funding. They need Purdue funding, And I don't particularly malign the scientists who get roped into these phony baloney studies that tell you Coke can cure cancer or whatever, because they're just trying to get that paper. They're just trying to make a living, and I can respect that. Hello, little Tony in the chat. The industry needs to keep running as it provides many jobs. See, that's an interesting point. But I would like to posit the fact that you could pretty easily move jobs away from factory farming of animals into a much more sustainable means of producing foods for the populace. In fact, if anything, farming of animals is actually a rather low employment industry. It's almost all automated nowadays. So as far as a high employment industry, I think actually purely collecting crops is going to actually employ more people. So I think that's a phony baloney response, buddy. Sorry, little Tony. I love you. I love you,
Plants are
Tony.
living things.
Yeah, plants are living things, sure. But I accept that if plants
But
are
plants
living, I accept that if plants are living things, and if they have a soul, that yes, why do you think I bless my food before I eat it, man? It's because yes, these funyuns were once living, breathing onions, and now they're my food. But I acknowledge that, and I acknowledge that.
No, they're not.
You just said they were.
They were never.
Yes, they were onions. These were onions.
Funyuns are not actual onions.
Yes, they are. Funyuns are 100%
It literally
onions.
has.
Let me look at the ingredients.
No,
here.
it's
Let me read. Look at the. Okay, there is
really.
ingredients.
It's 100% onions.
I
Then you're
don't.
eating onions if it's 100% onions.
I think this is basically just onions. But, Funyuns are they're like one step away, man. We got
One
little
step
Tony.
away.
One second, I gotta respond to little Tony here because little Tony is actually writing up pretty considerate comments. Little Tony, thank you for commenting. I appreciate the feedback. We got little Tony saying not the farming, the processing, like the canning lines, etc. See, I would love, and you could even help me out with this. I'd appreciate it if you looked into, because I'd really be curious on the numbers about how many people are actually still actively working in the meat industry, because I actually don't think it's that high in the U.S. I actually don't think a lot of the canning gets done here. I think we actually get it. There's actually still a surprise. We get a surprise amount of it imported nowadays, even because it's with nitrate and stuff. This stuff's so easy to can. So easy to can. Oh, we can. Wouldn't be a stream with Stanley on without awful audio. Push to talk, Stanley.
Yeah, nobody's.
Okay, I'm Stanley. I'm going to server
Sorry.
mute you until you set up push to talk because it's so easy for you to set it up and you're just not doing it. So yeah, Stanley was serving you until push to talk gets set up. Because yes, guys, when I ask you to do something and you agree to do it, believe it or not, I kind of like it if you did it and not just sort of sat there, because it takes 2 seconds to do something like set up push. It's so funny. There's so many issues in our lives that could be solved by just spending a couple of seconds, messing with the setting or something. Like all you gotta do is put push talk on, Stanley, and I'll unmute you. You set it up, okay? Awesome. And if obviously, if you mess up and you end up having, some issues where you're holding down the push talk key while I talk and it comes through, that's not a big deal. But I prefer that there was some effort being made. You understand? You get where I'm coming from, Stanley? I don't think it's an unreasonable request.
Yes.
Thank you. But anyway, Stanley, to sort of round off back to your roast dinner here, that pig you ate, you essentially, in the same way where, let's say that I, as a hypothetical completely, like I would never do this, but let's say hypothetically, I went on the dark web and I ordered a hitman to kill my wife. Did I kill my wife? No, I didn't kill my wife. I paid somebody else to do it for me so that I wouldn't have to bear the emotional burden of another person's life on my hands. And that's essentially what you're doing when you
Your
buy a
wife is
hamburger
gonna
at Burger
watch
King.
this, and she's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
I want to say that was a
Your
complete
wife is-
hypothetical question. Nothing to do with reality, of course. Hypothetical. But you understand but do you get what I mean, Stanley? Like, I don't think
Yes.
the police would be very receptive if I said, well, I didn't kill her. I mean, look, it was the other guy, the hitman who did it. I just paid for it. I mean, that's still murder, dude. So yes, you're still killing. And here's the deal. And I will probably get in a lot of trouble for saying this. This isn't a super popular opinion amongst the people I hang out with, but I'll say it anyway because it's just my honest opinion. If you are a carnivore or a murderer and you're okay with that, I don't think it's okay, and I think you should improve and be a better person, but I can at least respect you purely on the basis that you will admit that what you're eating was once alive, and it was your decision. Especially, in fact, you even have a better example, because usually this gets fucked, because I'm talking about like Burger King hamburgers, where it's like, that hamburger was already made.
like-
But that roast you bought was literally, that's one animal, which is dead because you purchased it. And sure, somebody else may have purchased it, but nonetheless, it was still an animal that was killed. Push the talk, Stanley.
But you can kill. I did.
Oh no, I was just reading a comment. Sorry about that.
Ah.
Thanks for trying to keep the show honest here. Oh, we got a little Tony update here. According to 2016 analyst by John Dunham, I'd love to see who pays them, and Associates, the U.S. meat and poultry industry accounts for 1.02 trillion total economic output, or 5.6% of the GDP. That's much higher than I thought it was, for sure. But I'm still of the belief that you'd be able to make up that margin if you were just to shift from meat processing to more traditional farming methods, and even I think you could even do that. You could even fix that with marijuana. If I'm being quite honest with you, I think if we were to federally legalize marijuana and open up people to grow it, get the people who are currently in murder farms and get them growing some pot, I think they'll do quite well, and I think it'll clean that right up. Especially if we start under the table selling the pot to other countries like the fucking Koreans do, man. I mean, there's a reason the North Koreans are fucking loaded, man. It's the internet. Being a country which is involved in the international drug trade is not a bad place to be, as far as like a country that's very successful. Especially when things start getting opened up and all that stuff starts getting legalized in other countries, which it already is. We're gonna see. I think we already have a community of growers in the United States, specifically in places like California and where it's legal. But I think we could even see an expansion of that across the Midwest, across the country. And of course, no one's going to be as good for growing as California. I mean, California is already a promised land, right? But
Well, I mean,
you can't move to California if you don't got that do re mi. So for everybody in the Midwest who just lost a job at the meat factory, why not let them start growing pot? And I think they'll do quite well for themselves, and they could be self-employed. Fuck it.
I mean, there's no.
I mean, they should. That's the whole thing about farming that I hate. I hate industrialized farming because I have nothing. There's nothing inherently wrong with me about a person who, under their own wherewithal, wants to treat a herd of animals nicely, and when an animal is near the end of their life, uses their body for its full use, naturally. Uses their skin, every single part of the animal. I don't have anything inherently wrong with native communities doing
natives
that.
did.
Well, yeah, Native Americans, indigenous people. I think that is inherently a fine way to live because you're in tune with the animal in a way, and it's less, it's less just sort of a senseless. It's less as being killed by like a pneumatic piston or something, and it's more of it being sort of probably processed. We also little Tony said a little bit more here. Let's read this. The meat and poultry industry, broadly responsible for 5.4 million jobs and 250 billion in wages. The report found an estimated about 500,000 people have jobs in the production and packing and importing, operations, sales, packaging. Yeah, that's all really interesting, Tony. And I also want to mention, shutting down the meat industry doesn't happen in a day. This isn't just we ban meat and suddenly no one can eat it, right? That's not how this would ever work. It really is creating a cultural shift, towards veganism, making it more socially acceptable and more accessible, actually, even for people in more rural areas to become vegan. Creating a network of vegan meal prep kits, that sort of thing. And there's already sites that are trying to do this, so I'm not innovating here.
Dogs and
What's that?
stuff. What about like dogs that need to eat?
Oh
meat
no,
and
they
stuff?
don't. The dogs don't need to eat
the
meat.
industry-
You actually picked the wrong
Well,
animals.
they kind of do.
Dogs, first off, dogs actually don't need to be meat at all. They can be 100% plant-based, and they will be fine. You might need to get them some special pills, but that's all right. The one animal which you are likely to keep in your household, which has a little bit of trouble with being vegan, but can be helped right along if you know how to deal with it, is actually cats. A lot of people know that cats can't be completely vegan, and I've wondered why, and I'll explain it to you and explain how you can have a vegan cat safely and sort of how to make that work. So the big thing a cat misses in a vegan diet, and the thing you want to account for with medication and with other things you can get, dietary aids that you can get from your veterinarian, is there's actually a chemical that's produced in the prostate of rats. I think it's actually called like prosenegol or something like that. You can in fact, let me look it up. And this chemical is the cats are unable to produce this, and there are a few other animals that are able to produce this in meat. So because of that, they actually do require to get this micronutrient specifically from rats or other sources. Like it's in meat because it's sort of, believe it or not, animals eat rats. There's a food chain there. So animals in nature will eat rats, and then those animals will have these sort of micronutrients in them that the cats need. So you could also get it supplemented. Let me look this up right here. Rat. Okay, I'm gonna get the name here. This is also, I should mention, this is really deep state. This is like no one really talks about the protein in the rats. Let me see if I can find this. I'm having a little bit of trouble finding the answer here, but yeah, it's like prostate something. It has to do with the rat's prostate. That's the sort of gist of it. And it's an absolutely vital protein to a cat's survival. But you can get from any veterinarian, you can get some sort of supplement, and you can feed your cat that along with other vegan food. They make meal sort of pellets that are quite good, I've heard. However you want to do it. So,
Really, if you want to know how good the pellets are, you need to eat the pellets yourself.
I've never tried them myself. Well, I don't have a cat, so I'm sure I'd have to ask somebody with a cat.
I mean, you don't need to have a cat to have a fancy feed.
I don't think I'm going to go out and buy, especially fancy feed. I'm pretty sure fancy feed is murder. I'm pretty sure fancy feed has meat in it. Isn't Biden trying to end the oil and gas industry? I don't think that's right. As far as I'm aware, Biden actually has a quite complex view on fracking, which cannot be summated in any sort of way, and we shouldn't even attempt to summate Biden's view on fracking. In fact, let's not even talk about it. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Oh, no, we just had one more viewer coming. I can't go to the bathroom. We just got one more viewer coming. Oh, welcome, Apollo, to the...
Norton, that's a great response on the fracking. I think that's a perfect way to state it.
Yeah, let's not even ask about it. Like, what business is it of ours to know what Biden wants to do?
Complex.
It's like that's the sort of thing that can just be that can be in just part of the Biden plan. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Trust it. Yep.
Trust it. Because if you don't trust the Biden plan, shit, you're fucked. I got to ask you this, Paul. How was your sort of solstice been? Have you been okay?
Yes, it went very good.
What so far? What have you sort of done for your solstice? Anything?
We did a gift exchange.
What sort of gifts?
Chinese food.
Ooh, Chinese food. What are we talking? Vegan lo mein or just noodles? Noodles with butter?
I'm not going to lie to you. I did eat sesame chicken.
Oh my God, Apollo. Okay, it's you know what? It's the solstice. We'll give you a break. Did you at least bless the food before you ate it?
Of course, and I ate every bite too.
Okay, you gave the last one. Okay, good. I was worried. Because at least if you're going to be a murderer, at least be a kind murderer, right?
Yeah, and I only do chicken. I won't eat a mammal, so no pigs, no cows.
Oh, that's good. Because that makes it. I think
What about killing?
the chickens really I think the chickens really appreciate. I think the other mammals really appreciate that.
Me too, because
What
I
about
know cows and
Minecraft
pigs
animals?
are smart.
Did Stanley ask a question I couldn't hear?
What about Minecraft animals? Like,
What
like
about
when
them?
it comes when it comes to that, like if I kill them, is that wrong for doing that?
Minecraft? What's are you talking about the video game?
Yeah, like you can kill pigs, cows, and sheep and
Why'd you want
stuff.
to do
Like, is
that?
it wrong for food and material?
How'd you,
I
but
need
why don't
I
you?
need leather for stuff.
No, you don't. I just
Like
farm.
I have
Is there
really,
no
to be
is there
honest,
no
the wheat
pleather?
industry in Minecraft.
Is there no pleather in Minecraft?
There is leather.
Yeah,
You
No
need it for
pleather.
This
books
is
to make
this is why I
enchantments.
recommend Nintendogs.
Oh, does Nintendogs have a vegan setting for their dogs?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad.
Go in Terraria because there's no food or food. I mean, there is a giant eyeball that tries to destroy you, but you won't.
Terraria's always seemed too scary for me. I've always seemed like I'd be too scared by Terraria. You know, there's so many
You just
monsters.
you just gotta turn the gore off, and like it's a family friendly game.
Okay.
Then, well, I mean, you
Would
would
people
be
would there
scared
be
by
an
like
interest in
Moonlord.
would there be an interest in seeing me stream Terraria at some point, or people
Yeah,
want to
but
see
you're gonna
Terraria?
have to like do a tutorial because it's like very complex.
Okay. I'll have to see what I can do. I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Didn't they do a recent update to that game? Like a big update?
Yeah, the final update.
Oh, the final. Oh, it
Like-
would be a good time to check it out then, wouldn't it? You know, if they just did the final.
Yeah, not
Was
too
the
long ago.
was the final update good? What was the verdict?
Oh, so basically what it was, it's like Journey's End where they added in like now the Moon Lord, they did the worst thing to the final boss. Now it can destroy. So basically like the Moon Lord is like the Cthulhu of the game, like it's a giant boss that can destroy through almost anything. And now it can destroy walls in your house.
Oh,
So
no.
basically it can take its laser eye and basically
Oh, that sounds
destroy
awful.
your entire house.
Did
Yeah.
I-
They also upgraded the Stardust armor
Oh shit!
to make it like more OP.
There was another terrorist attack. Why are there so many of these? Little Tom, Stanley,
Where?
Stanley. What are you doing? Why do I hear an
What?
echo, Stanley?
Sorry, I'll disconnect and rejoin. That should fix echo.
Wait,
I
Stanley,
just turned
Stanley,
off
are you
my mic
using
and turned it back
push
on.
to talk?
Yeah,
If you're using push to talk, it shouldn't be an issue because push to talk only. Are you holding the push to talk key, Stanley?
yeah, right now I am.
Why the fuck are you holding the push to talk key when I'm talking, Stanley?
Sorry.
I don't fucking accept your apology. Okay, well, I'm gonna put some music on while I go. Sorry about that. Sorry about making it so real for you guys. I'm gonna put some music on while I go to the bathroom. People in the Discord chat don't get music. Sorry about that. See a little Norm spinning. The Discord chat, they will be able to hear you. So Stanley, please do not talk.
Aw, I want to talk though. Pretty please.
Just don't say the N word this time, okay?
I promise. I mean, the N word is cringe anyway.
Okay. We gotta get Norm loading on here. Can we get that? Jimmy in the booth. Can we get Norm loading? Jesus fucking Christ, Jimmy. Okay, I'm gonna fucking go to the bathroom.
You spin me right round, baby, right round.
You keep singing it. That's good.
Right round, baby, right round. Like a rabbit, baby, round, round, round. Right round, round. You say, right? It's kind of getting annoying, but it's funny.
So are you gonna be repeating your grade this year since you had to do online school?
No. I'm not gonna be repeating it.
No, you
Because
must be
this
from New
counts.
Jersey.
This count. No, I'm not from New Jersey. I'm actually very close to Norm State. I could actually drive to it. Like, he lives in Massachusetts right now, I think.
Oh, so you are in New Jersey.
Oh, I'm closer than that. Just don't guess, please. Why would I be in New Jersey? I already hate that show because of that stupid Jersey Shore show.
Stanley, you better be careful or I'll come to your fucking house.
Oh,
Welcome
Jesus.
back to Norman Knight.
Yeah, that was a way to enter it.
I just want to say I'm not going to come to Stanley's house. That was a comment that was made. It was sort of a little bit of a rash comment. I didn't really mean it. Stanley, I just want you to know, I really don't want you to go down the deep end of the alt-right. Because I know you're on the precipice right now of becoming an alt-right troll. I know you've been invited by the Hail Hitler Nazi guys into their community. I don't know why you've decided to go with them, Stanley. I'm not laughing, Zane. It's no joke. So Stanley,
What have I done?
Stanley, what have you done? Well, you used to say the N-word a lot.
Did
When?
he really say that?
I'm pretty sure. I don't really remember.
That's unacceptable.
Oh, that's so weird.
I never
Little
said
Tony
that.
don't lie to me, Stanley. We all know you've said the N-word at least once. Little Tony here,
No, I haven't.
never once in your life. Never even in private? Not even with your friends?
No,
Ever. Are you being honest with me, Stanley?
I am. I just feel like it's cringe to say it, and it's so unoriginal. Like, it's genuinely the most unoriginal word you could ever say.
Oh yeah, the joke was that was a joke about me going to Stanley's home. You're right, Stan. All right, let's make sure YouTube knows that. Little Tony, that's crazy about this whole bombing thing. So if you guys haven't heard, and I'll be do a little bit of news norm, I used to be a newsman, believe it or not, and then I became transgender dragon. We have recently a story here coming out of Nashville, Tennessee. This is about a bombing. I probably shouldn't be so cheery about this whole thing. I don't know how many people were killed, but yeah, apparently there's a bombing there. But the craziest thing is that whoever the bomber was announced it, I imagine on social media or something, 15 minutes in advance. Which is kind of crazy. I mean, tell you that the bomb is going to explode in 15 minutes and then it does. I mean, that's some sort of like Speed. They did that in the movie Speed, if you've ever seen that. Have you ever seen Speed, Apollo?
I haven't, but it's even worse than that. I think there's rumors circulating on Twitter right now. I saw some pretty reputable accounts hinting at it, that this might have been involved with the Proud Boys.
Of course it was the Proudies. Everybody knows. But you gotta blame everything on the Proud Boys because they're the biggest antagonists of our current day.
They're disgruntled. They're embarrassed that they lost by 10 million to Joe Biden.
And you know what? If the Proud Boys did this, is there any chance legally? We gotta get lawyer Andy on this about perhaps. I know that earlier this year during some certain debates, Donald J. Trump made some comments where he sort of basically asked for the help of the Proud Boys. Can we see him? Will he face any repercussions for that? Now that they are a terrorist organization?
Oh, absolutely.
Are we going to see a Biden Proud Boy? Yeah, who even wants to be proud of being a boy?
Stand by.
Yeah, if you guys don't,
he said stand back and stand
by. That's basically that was basically direct orders for the bombing we just saw. What are the Proud Boys? The Proud Boys were basically this evil Nazi sect of alt-right boys, and I call them boys because they are very mature. It all started by a sort of news persona known as Gavin McInnes. He also started Vice, if you don't know. He was working with Rebel Media for a while. I don't know what he's even on to now. I mean, probably just. Yeah, I think he was one of those Alex Jones type who got completely deplatformed, rightfully deplatformed, I should say. Jesus, a little Tony. It could have been Sprint as it was in front of an AT&T building. Oh, you think this is some sort of corporate espionage? I don't know. I think that might be a slight overreach to assume that we've gotten to that point in corporate espionage, but always a chance. Always a chance. I got to ask. There's a few people watching right now. What are there any particular things people want to see Norm do tonight? I can try to play more Cyberpunk, but I still think I want to get the settings a little more ironed out in Cyberpunk before I really do it. Because I don't feel like I did the game justice. It didn't on the stream. It looked really laggy, and it wasn't super laggy for me on my computer. But I think there was just my bitrate wasn't high enough for fucking. Which makes it was what is it? It was like 1440. 3440 by 1440p ultra ray tracing was what it was defaulted on. So like, yeah, of course that didn't run super well on stream. He does an alt-right podcast. Oh, does he do that now? Called Get Off My Lawn. Wow, could you get any more cartoon villain than that? Yeah, Gavin McInnes is one of those people where he sort of found his niche, his media niche, as being a little bit of an underdog almost. He's like the Alex Jones thing, where it's like he's always being deplatformed or something. Where I think half the time he starts this shit just for drama. Like, I don't know how he does it always, but he'll tweet at somebody knowing that it'll get him banned, or half the times you see these alt-right people get banned off Twitter and start complaining. It's not alt-right Twitter bias. It's these alt-right people often will try to goat Twitter into banning them, even if it's subconsciously. I think it's just a part of the alt-right mindset to want to be banned.
Oh, absolutely.
Whereas
and
if you see, no, go ahead.
They feel like if they get deplatformed, it gives them credibility because they fear the mainstream media. They fear journalists.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've always thought that was so cringy. Whenever anybody will put like banned off Twitter in their like Grinder bio or whatever, it's not cool. You're not cool for being banned off Twitter. I do say that, of course, my good friend Neva Crofty was banned off Twitter. You're cool, Neva, but for different reasons. You aren't cool specifically because you're banned off Twitter. I mean, it's. I think it's obviously sucky when Twitter bans, people who are on our side, left wing people who don't deserve to be banned. That happens for sure. But I don't think that there's any widespread issues with banning of members of the right or anything. I don't think that's really a problem. Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good way of putting it. Gavin McInnes is just a total drama. Not gonna slut shame here and call him a whore, but he's definitely a drama person. So it's not. Gavin McInnes, if you're watching this, I do not want to be on your show. So stop inviting me. I've been invited on a Gavin show like fucking 5 times. I don't even know why.
Are you the same with Joe Rogan?
No, Joey hasn't contacted me yet for the interview, but no, I wouldn't go on Joe Rogan. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't go on Tim Pool. Yeah, open lines. Tim Pool is banned from the Discord server. I hope you guys know that. Tim Pool is unable to join this Discord server. He is banned. He's banned from all of the Discord servers, from what I understand. We did that a while ago. Just because we don't want any of that sort of hate in our community, so we banned it. We banned Tim Pool.
Yeah, Tim Pool is a bad actor. He pretends.
Yeah, he pretends to be a journalist. He pretends to be a Democrat.
Tries to cause a civil war.
Yeah, everybody always compares me to Tim Pool. Like, yes, we are. We're both ambitious, young journalists. But the thing is, I'm a real journalist. Well, he's not. Right? Like, I'm an approved journalist. Well, Tim Pool is like some sort of a maverick. Like, oh my god. Oh, wow, you're so cool because you broke from the lamestream media. No one cares, Timmy. Okay, Tim? Your hat's stupid. Take it off. Have you guys seen the thing where he got really pissed off when somebody took his hat off? Have you guys seen that?
It happens a lot.
His whole thing is like, he says the hat gives him anonymity, which I do not understand. Because people have definitely seen what his hair looks like, right? Like, I'm sure that's been leaked.
Well, I don't think he has hair. I don't think he has any.
Then what does the hat even hide?
I think it is. He just.
Is there like a goblin under there?
A bald 20-year-old.
Is that what it is? Sad. Male pattern baldness is sad. I'm just saying. I will say, even though I will never have Tim Pool on this show, and Tim Pool is banned from the show. I would like to meet him only to see what he looks like with the hat off, and that would be the only tenets which are a meeting. The only pretense in which I'll have a meeting with Tim Pool is if he agrees. And we don't have to film the fucker, right? He could take the hat off and just show me, and I won't tell anybody what it looks like. But I just want to see what's under that.
I just looked it. I looked it on Google, and he looks like an incel. I'm being honest.
I just want to see what he looks like without. I just want to see it for myself. Like I want to see it in person. I just want Tim to take his hat off and show it to me. That's all I want. That's all I want. Tim Pool is a total hack. 100% Zane. 100% Pasto. I gotta ask Apollo. You said you were doing gift exchange. Did you get anything good? Anything particular you want to shout out as an awesome present?
Got some Ray-Bans to keep my eyes safe from the sun.
That's good, man. The sun is a fucking dangerous thing, man. No one ever talks about this, but the sun is probably the most dangerous thing that we look at on a daily basis.
Got a really nice scarf too for the upcoming winter months.
Have you ever tried sun gazing with Ray-Bans on? It's really nice.
If you remember, there was a total eclipse like 3
Oh,
years ago.
yeah. Do you want to know how I spent the total eclipse? I was on the roof of my house. Definitely not safe. I want to mention we didn't really get much of the solar eclipse here either. So it was sort of just kind of like a slightly dark day. And I did wear sunglasses and look at the sun. But I can still see now, so whatever that means to you. What was your story,
I made
Paul?
a mistake. I did it without sunglasses.
You did it with, are you okay?
It took a while for then I don't think they ever came back
Are
to
you,
what they used to be.
so you're not at full charge anymore. That's too bad. That's too bad.
I'm no longer 20/20 vision. It's definitely gone.
Shit. I was surprised. I was expecting. I can say this now that the year has come to a close, and I can't. There's hardly enough time to jinx myself as far as the Avatar goes. I don't think I saw too many 2020 vision or whatever, like 2020 jokes or 2020 advertisements. As like this is.
Well, I've been hearing them for I remember back in 2005. 2005, someone said, "Where do you see yourself in 15 years?" Well, do you have 2020 vision? And every year since, it was recurring.
Oh, that's neat. I was gonna say, I definitely don't think it's weird. I like a lot of people felt that 2020 was going to be a significant year for me and just for everything in the world, and we were definitely proven right. Not in the best way, for sure. But it is a little interesting that 2020 did turn out to be as interesting of a year as it did. I mean, just from
I think it was the best way. This was history. Joe Biden got in.
Yeah, Joe, you got in.
The historical times we're living in with this deadly
Can I call
virus.
Joe Biden Joe Mama?
No, you can call him Joey B though,
Why can't I call him Joe Mama?
because that's a little rude. I mean, would
Just a
you?
joke. Like, how is it rude?
Well, I mean, would you call your grandfather Joe Mama? I mean, that's a little rude. Because you're making a joke at his expense, and I don't think he'd appreciate it. I mean, like,
Well,
obviously, if you're you can joke around a little bit, but I don't think as far as like insulting a random elderly stranger, I don't think that's super cool. Like, is that what you guys think is cool nowadays? Insulting random elderly people?
No,
I mean, I should say probably because have you seen those videos of those people who go around and they just like clothesline people on the street? That's what I imagine Stan does on the weekends. I mean, fucking calling Joe
Wait,
Biden
what?
Joe
I
Mama
don't even know
asshole.
that
Jesus Christ. You probably break people.
I know
man.
exactly.
Wait, no,
what
it's just
you're
a joke.
referencing.
It's supposed to sound like Yo Mama.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Don't ask. Yeah, just never ask who Yuri is.
Who is Yuri?
You're a very smart person.
Oh, okay. But I don't. I don't
That's
get it.
just I don't know. I just had to.
What's the
That one's
punchline?
supposed to be a compliment.
What's the punchline?
That one's just.
Can you hit us with the punchline there, Stanley? What's the joke?
No, I just wanted to compliment. I just needed
Thanks,
to
Stan.
compliment you
Thanks,
so
Stan.
I could stay on the show.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Can we add another person to the hack list? If we're gonna do Tim Pool, let's do Tim Pool and Stanley on the hack list. And now this isn't a list of people to hack. This is a list of people who are.
I am
hacked.
not very aware of the hack list.
You're on it, bud.
What
Hey,
does that mean?
Pasto in the chat. Can we make sure Stanley's on the hack list? Thanks. Get that on that. Thanks. It's been really useful lately. I've actually had a lot of assistance. I'll shout them out again. I know I've shouted them out earlier
What
on the
is
stream.
the hack list? Define it.
I won't. I really want to give a big thanks out to all the people who've been nice enough. And actually, let me even make Zane here on YouTube a moderator just to give him. Yes, I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to all the people who've been kind enough to assist me in making this show possible. A big shout out to Pasto or Zane, however you want to call that, Raro Pony, and we can't even forget in the chat right now, Apollo. even though I haven't seen him as much lately. But definitely, earlier on, the first few shows, I would be nowhere without without having Apollo on here to give me a little bit of feedback.
It's an honor. Thank you.
I have a fucking horrible blister on my foot, but I don't think I can show this on camera, but it's just awful. I wore shoes. I wore shoes out to a hookup without any fucking socks. So they just got absolutely destroyed the back of my foot. Yeah, both of them are pretty screwed up. One of them's worse than the other. It hasn't popped yet, and it's like red. It's like a blood blister. Who is the Pasta Man? Little Tony, I don't know who that is.
So Norm, going into 2021, what are you expecting? Obviously, we're going to win
Big
Georgia,
things.
the runoff.
Big things.
What else?
Big things. Yeah, definitely. 2021. What do we expect? We're definitely going to see, as far as 2021 is concerned, we're going to see us winning the Georgia runoff. So that's 100%. I also expect to see. We're going to see the first 100 days, of course. Even the first 365 days, basically, of Biden's presidency. I think we're going to be able to see coronavirus completely eradicated within the first 100 days.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's the easy stuff. I mean, the Biden Harris have been getting ready for this coronavirus thing for like 20 years. I mean, not literally, but facetiously, as far as like how prepared they are. Jeez, they're fine. Give it a week, But first 100 days, I think we're going to see Joe Biden get rid of the coronavirus. We're definitely going to win all those Georgia runoffs. We might even see a few more recounts and a few more. This is something we haven't talked about yet, but I think it's coming. We might see a few more recounts and a few more elections in some of the states that went red this year that maybe shouldn't have went red. There's a few examples of those where maybe some states needed runoff elections that don't get it because we don't know if runoff elections happen. I think it's like if there's some level of margin required where they do another election. It's a weird system for sure, but there's certainly there's possibility that there's some states that got certified Republican that didn't really, like Alaska. Are we still sure that Alaska even voted Republican this year? I don't know.
Same with Texas. Biden was leading in Texas
for the longest time.
Mysteriously changed.
And mysteriously, I mean, there was probably rampant Republican voter fraud, and the question is, how much do we want to investigate now that Biden won? Like, does it really matter? I think it does matter, just to make sure that Biden to really show the world how much Trump lost is what I think we should do. Whatever we have to do to make that happen. And also,
what about the lockdowns?
Oh, the lockdowns.
Or do you think we need a new round?
I think we need a new round. Let's do 100 days, man.
Me too.
What's another 100 days in the quarantine?
Well, I say February minimum. February needs to be locked down.
But I think 2021 feels like the collective thought here is that we're all on the mend. It's been a fucking shit year, and I don't think anyone will disagree with you on that. It's been an awful year, but if we trust in the Biden plan, if we trust in Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, we'll have nothing to worry about going into 2020. And I
can't wait till we can stop saying the elect part. That's
exactly. Yeah, awesome. I just want to also say, as far as wondering what's happening with Norm in 2021, I plan on drastically expanding operations here. If you think if the growth you've seen me have, and even just the last couple of months here, as far as Norman Thine is concerned, is anything to go off of, I expect to have an absolutely bully year in 2021 where I just really ramp up production here on the YouTube channel. So please, no sandbagging, Stanley. Please, if you're not already subscribed here at the Norm YouTube channel, I highly suggest that you subscribe because more and more stuff is going to come. In fact,
so Norm,
what's up, Stan?
I have an interesting thing. Did you hear about the KFC is officially making a gaming console? It's actually real. It's called the KF console, and it's gonna have like a heater for like your fried chicken.
It sounds
you can play the highest quality games.
I think somebody just discovered what the onion.com is. So neat, Stanley.
That's funny. That the Onion, that's a throwback.
No, this is an actual thing. I'm gonna search it up.
Okay.
It's on KFC's official Twitter.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to tell you then, if this isn't from
Because-
theonion.com, that you just fell directly into those very smart marketing agents who are not supposed to actually be marketing you as a child, although thanks, Kappa, for not really fixing anything. Those marketing agents have succeeded fully, and they have completely drawn you into their little trap, and you've fallen for their marketing material, and you're now spreading the name Popeyes across the galaxy for no particular reason. I mean, yes, they're doing a publicity stunt. Who cares? Oh, Jesus Christ! We have Leon doing.
The Atari one.
We have Leon doing open lines. I wonder if I can actually join in on this. Let's see if I can join in live on this on the show for Leon open. Is there an interest in seeing me try to get in there?
Yeah, it sounds quite interesting.
Okay. Oh, Leon's account was suspended on. Oh, that's too bad on Twitter. I'm gonna ask how I get into the chat. How do I get in the chat?
Fuck down.
Okay, I realize I will have a little bit of trouble getting in contact with them. I'll just ask one of them to drop a link in my Discord server or something. Said it was open lines, which is neat. Open forum, actually, for Christmas edition. And we actually have one more viewer here. So everybody, nobody go over to their channel. Stay on here. Thanks for watching the Norman Night stream and not the Leon Christmas stream. I do want to say this is not a Christmas stream. I know it's happening on Christmas Day. But this is not a Christmas stream. This is a belated solstice stream. And I want to make that very clear to everybody. Well, if you think this is a Christmas stream, honestly, just get out. Because this isn't a Christmas stream. This is a belated solstice stream. You know, celebrate what we got left of this whole thing. I do plan on doing, just to speak a little bit more about future plans, just to give you guys an idea. I do plan on doing an absolutely humongous show for New Year's. Obviously, going till midnight. I don't know when I'll start for that. I'll probably actually start that one a little bit later. Maybe even start it at 10 or 9:30 or something. Just because I think to have the energy for me to go that long. Are you kidding me? I'm going to need a couple cups of coffee and maybe an injection of some go-go juice. We'll have to see what we can do to set that up. Because I don't think I could do
Right
that.
at 12, I gotta play Megalovania, or like the Quagmire turning into a toilet song to really kick off the new year.
Please do not. I think you're going to get the stream in trouble. But
Like, why are you... Like, I can't...
Because we get copyrighted.
Yeah, especially... Well, like, really, would they care? Like, can you actually get copyright claimed or whatever?
Yeah, Stanley.
But you're not making revenue right now off YouTube.
That doesn't matter. They can still copyright claim you and take your videos.
But it's just gonna be a funny joke. Like imagine the Quagmire turning into a toilet song. It's funny.
I'm not laughing, Stanley.
I think what's
Have you
kind
ever
of
seen
funny is Stanley, is YouTube older than you?
Oh, fuck, don't tell me that, man. Please don't fucking tell me that. Please don't fucking tell me that.
I think it is.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Jesus, man. You're going to make me have a fucking existential crisis. Why do you have to tell me that shit?
It's me too. Don't feel bad, Norm.
Ah, cripe. I just informed my good friend Stevie that there's some open lines going on, so I hope Stevie finds a way to snake in there, because the Norm deserves to be heard. I do appreciate everybody who has joined me here on this special... What's up? Shoot.
There are gonna be more people because, like, I just want Neville back, please. Like, I mean,
Neville
I just want
uploaded
Neville
today.
back.
Neville uploaded today. Neville was on the stream earlier too. Probably,
No, I
actually.
mean Neville came back. Yeah.
Yeah, Neville was on the
He
stream
read
today.
about books about Joe Biden.
I was gonna say Nev's reading. I was gonna say Nev's actually kind of busy. Nev's actually kind of busy reading a book about Joe Biden right now. Nev's
I saw that,
50
yeah.
pages in or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think this is going to be the end of the Christmas. Can you shut the fuck up, Stanley? Thanks. This is going to be the end of the Christmas stream. Thank everybody for watching. Yeah, fucking Stanley's always sandbagging. I hate it. I do appreciate everybody for watching. We will be doing a big stream on New Year's Eve. We'll also probably be doing a stream tomorrow for Saturday. I'm not sure what the rest of the schedule for the week looks like. I do appreciate everybody who joined me on this stream. Everybody have a happy solstice. I hope everybody had a good day and a good cap to the year. I know 2020 has been shitty. That's why I'm trying to be a little bit more positive. But it's hard when people like Stanley join the chat room and they just talk over me. But yeah, I'm going to stop.